contentiousness is a common ailment for human beings generally, and rock bands in particular. The amount of dressing rooms I've stood in where everybody is screaming at each other, you fucking, and then finally the door opens and the guests come in, hi, hi, hi. And they've all just been screaming at each other about what a terrible gig it was and how they all played awfully. And everybody comes in and goes, oh, that was the best show I've ever seen. I've seen you 20 times now, and that was the best. You know, this is the norm. And I think they just kind of grow contemptuous, really, of anybody's opinions but their own. I think if you live long enough, I would hope that, you know, I was talking to Graham Nash just on Saturday, and, you know, he's 81 now, and he still has that edge. You know, he still loves what he loves and hates what he hates. You know, you might imagine that after that amount of time and that amount of experience, that you would somehow reconcile yourself with, it's life, what are you going to do, you know? But not really, not really. I think probably because music is very, it's not like writing or movies or painting. It's so beyond words. It's so beyond rationale or reason. I mean, if you're a musician, it can be almost mathematical. It's a different way of looking at it. But as a fan, as someone that just loves the song or whatever it might be, it completely wipes out whether you like that person or they like you. And it's the same for the musicians. In fact, the musicians I've worked with are nearly always more idealistic, too dreamy, too stuck on some weird plane that they should have left when they were 21, you know, because music for them is godlike. It does, everything else doesn't matter compared to that. And I think that you know, that also comes into being contentious, because you have to share this with that guy and that guy and that guy. And then the manager comes in, and then journalist comes in, a radio guy's like, for fuck's sake. And you have to pretend to care what they think. Oh, that's very interesting, you know. Yeah, I'm surprised more of them aren't contentious. I love that word, contentious. Very contentious. Can you imagine how contentious Bob Dylan is? I mean, Jesus Christ, can you, I mean, that poor man, you know, everywhere he goes, he's Bob Dylan. What a bummer.
Yeah.
He's got to make everybody in the room, well, he doesn't, I mean, he doesn't bother, but
He doesn't care. That's
he doesn't. Well, I think that's where it's left him. He doesn't care.
Yeah.
He knows it doesn't, he can't do anything about it. But maybe in his 20s or 30s, you know,
Yeah.
he did try a little harder to be one of the guys.